Hey, it's your old pal Slim, and this is 70mm, a podcast for movie lovers just like you. Disclaimer at the top of the show, we're not experts on movies, but we do love watching them. With me each and every episode is my close friend and artist, Danny Haas.
Hello.
And our close friend and movie insider, Proto.
I don't recognize you.
Oh my God, that was really good. Jude Law in studio tonight. That's a surprise, folks. Stay tuned. Every movie that we cover is connected to a theme for that month, and this time it's blockbusted, movies that underperformed or overperformed at the box office. You can use the chapters in your podcast app to skip to our main discussion from 1997, Gattaca. But the big story this week, sweeping the nation, Hulk Hogan dead.
Really?
70-something, 71 years old. The quote Hulkster. Proto, do you have a favorite Hulk Hogan match? You've slowly been integrating into wrestling with us during our yearly vacations. Do you have a favorite Hogan match?
I've been getting, drip fed wrestling history over the past few years. I honestly can't remember watching much of Hogan. Did we watch him? I guess.
Maybe only during the Rumble marathons. Maybe he was in one. He's not usually in the Rumble.
Yeah, I feel like that's the thing is, we were even talking about it today. Do we need to have a memorial for Hogan the next time we're together and watch some of his greatest hits? Because I don't really know. I don't know what he did. I don't know what he's known for, really. I've only seen pictures like this that I just Googled.
Yeah, that's him. That's it.
Wow. Okay. Is that a?
I think that was taken.
I self-edited there. I didn't want to make any further.
That's from the coroner's office.
Proto dropping some horrifying photos in live chat. Later years, he's not been known for great things necessarily.
Really?
Look into that.
First I've heard of it.
Do some research on the Hulkster.
Or not.
He also wasn't really great in the business.
Let's move on.
The business. Remember, didn't he have that MTV show? Hogan Knows Best. Remember that?
Was that where they filmed his family?
Yeah. His family's in tatters.
What's his son's name?
Nick Hogan.
Brooke and Nick. Brooke?
Remember Brooke and Nick?
Where's Nick?
Where were you? I have no idea.
Where's Nick these days?
Somewhat related to Hulk Hogan, which will explain itself in just a minute. We have to talk about next month's theme.
What?
Next month's theme, we have the entire month slated out. Danny has done a beautiful piece of artwork that is just right around the corner. We're going to promote this month.
I know what you're doing.
We had a lot of success last month when we talked about the theme in advance with a beautiful piece of artwork. Beautiful. Got people excited for the month.
Yeah.
And there's been a lot of talk. About this theme. When's it going to happen? I want full frontal male nudity in 70mm. So it's officially happening. Next month is going to be HOGUST. We're only selecting movies that feature the male
penis.
Front's piece. It'll dangling or otherwise, we will get into it. We will get to the bottom of it. We'll figure this out. So It's a big month. The first
big.
It's a girthy month. To start it out, we're starting with the freed man himself, Billy Friedkin, To Live and Die in L.A.
Yeah.
Maybe the biggest movie we could do for this month. I say big a lot. It's not a double entendre.
You could let it be.
William.
Speak,
I've said on this show. I've said it repeatedly. William Peterson's Hog. I think that's what started the whole idea of a hog-themed month. His hog in this movie. Proto, are you ready to experience it? Watch it as friends.
His whole career has been leading to us covering covering it on this month. Yeah, I mean, it's about time, that the male P enters the frame and has its moment. Like we've been doing the show for 5 years and we haven't had a theme based around it.
Yeah.
I think it's time, and I'm happy because the lineup is. You just started.
We haven't even gone through the rest.
Wait till you get to the next one.
Wait till you get through the meat of it all.
Pearl had a loss for words for this month. We have to cover this movie for HOGUST.
Yeah.
This one honestly changed all of our lives.
I haven't seen it.
Danny hasn't seen it. Where were you when you first saw Boogie Nights? We will be covering that in week 2 of HOGUST. Mark Wahlberg. We talk about Mark Wahlberg all the time on this show.
Prayed up.
Stay prayed up on his Instagram. Very bizarre Instagram presence. Very bizarre accounting practices with his various merchandising companies. Some would say well-designed sneakers. Danny, where do you stand on Boogie Nights?
I stand erected and excited for this movie.
Mm-hmm. I'm excited
it's
to rewatch.
PTA, so
oh yeah,
the bar is the bar's low.
Don't continue that. I'm cutting that out. He didn't continue that sentence. And then we're gonna change it up for week 3. We haven't done a cult horror movie in a while.
Okay.
When was the last time? Can anyone remember a cult horror movie covered on the show?
Snow White.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kal-El. I was listening to ADP. Our friends at Austin Danger Pod did, what do they do? Superman. And Kenzo, host of that show, does the most insane Gal Gadot impression I've ever heard. She's it's the incredible. Best impressionist I've ever heard.
Kal-El, no.
But
Kal-El, this is not the way.
When she did her Isabella Rossellini, I about tripped on my outdoor walk.
It's honestly sickening. It pisses me off.
It's rude, and she's been on the show and she didn't do voices for us.
That's a great point. I wonder why she didn't do that.
It makes me sick, actually.
So anyway, from 1985 and Stuart Gordon, we will be covering Reanimator. Jeffrey Combs. This is like one of the culty horror movies out there. I'm excited to rewatch this.
Does he chop up a penis in this?
We will settle the score for week 3. And then to close out the month, there's only 4 weeks this month, so no Kurt Russell, or not Kurt Russell, no Michael Douglas 5th week.
No.
But to close out the month, I'll say it right now, the greatest living director.
Okay.
There's no competition.
Okay.
Y Tu Mama Tambien and Alfonso Cuarón on the show.
Diego Luna's back.
And his front.
If I could hit a soundboard right now, I would.
So that's the month. It's HOGUST. Just to recap, the month of August, To Live and Die in LA, Boogie Nights, Reanimator, Y Tu Mama Tambien. Pardo, what do you think about that slate?
That's a crazy slate of movies. 3 of those I've thought about picking at some point. So the fact that we're covering, it's like we're knocking off my, movies I wanted to do, and it just coincides with August. So there it is.
Danny, how do you feel?
I'm really excited. I've wanted to see To Live and Die in LA, honestly. Yeah. I've never wanted to watch Boogie Nights. Reanimator is the first time I've heard of this film. What was the last one?
Y Tu Mama.
Oh, Y Tu Mama, I feel like has been brought up since day one of doing this show.
Yeah. I mean, we had our friends of ours did a podcast called Real Latinos. And
Now Disgraced.
Abandoned. I'm not sure what the backstory is. They put out like one episode every 3 years. So someone has to step up.
How do you say abandoned in Spanish?
I'm not going to try it. But someone has to step up. We have a lot to get to tonight. But Danny, more importantly, Danny saw Fantastic Four.
Yes.
The first of our group.
Yeah. With Chris Evans and Michael Chiklis. I'm just kidding. I did watch that this week, though, and it was a fine time. 2005 was a wild year.
It was.
Fantastic Four First Steps I saw today. I gave 3.5 stars on Letterboxd. It's a good time. I think that I think whoever was in charge of production design deserves a Oscar. I think the whole vibe of this film, well, pump the brakes for a second. The whole vibe of the Baxter Tower and the year it is and the look of it is stunning. I really love the like mid-century futuristic kind of vibe of it. And then you're thrown into the ass end of a Michael Bay movie when you see Galactus.
What?
Like a Decepticon nonsense. And I wanted to... I was so frustrated.
You sound agitated, even.
I really was agitated because I was really vibing for a while. And then we see this, what everything I hated about the MCU was in front of me. So I don't know. I think the cast is fantastic, though. Pedro is so good. Vanessa's great. The guy from The Bear is good. The guy from Stranger Things is good. Had a good time.
Oh my God, I forgot he was in Stranger Things until you just said that.
Yeah, him. The guy that plays the guitar.
Great guy.
Some would say he's a hero. But it's a great start. There's 2 end credit scenes for those who are wanting to know. There's one pretty much right away and then the one at the very end. So stay in your seats. If you're Marvel fans, you apparently know this. I'm tired of it, but whatever. When the movie's done, I want to be done, honest to God.
Didn't you see the Avatar trailer for Avatar 3?
Can we really talk about that?
Let's cut
when
the BS.
I watched the Avatar trailer, I was all ready to say this is the best of the series. Just by watching the trailer.
Jeez.
Oh my God.
That's crazy.
I was the hair on my body was standing up. When the score kicks in, when they're flying the Ekrons, when you see the new race of Na'vi, the Fire and Ash Na'vi, chef kiss.
Damn.
You talk about one of the greatest directors of all time.
Yeah.
Jim's doing it. Jim's making it. He's creating it. And he's putting his money where his mouth is.
He's getting it done.
He's the only one getting it done, apparently, these days.
So I kind of wish that like they had 3D, but like only the trailer was in 3D. So you just put the glasses on for that trailer and then took them off. And then that was it.
I thought I wasn't going to get it. They did a fake out for me. I knew it was before this movie, but I thought only certain theaters were getting it or something.
Oh.
So they did all these trailers and then it did like the Regal Cinemas intro. So I thought it was done, but they did the Regal Cinemas and then they did another trailer and it was the Avatar trailer right before the movie started.
Fake out.
Faked me out. I am excited for this one. It looks real good. Real good.
I cannot wait.
Oh my God.
Remember how we felt watching that second movie?
Yeah. We touched the face of God.
I'm ready for my rewatch.
Yeah. I keep like
time.
trying to talk myself into doing a rewatch.
You just got to push play. Let it wash over you.
You just
do
gotta
it.
push play. That's so true.
Alexis, Andrew, George, Matt, and Rachel all joined to become patrons. They got access to our Discord, uncut episodes they get access to, early access to episodes. And what was our most recent episode? The Burbs. Burbs was just released for patrons only. Whole lot of other goodies in there. So that's the update this week.
What's our next patron movie? Isn't it a big one?
It's Total Recall.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
We should charge more for that one.
It doesn't get any bigger.
Well, we can send them a bill.
Is there any Hog in Total Recall?
I don't know. Arnold Hogg?
No, I don't think he's ever shown Hog.
Really?
No.
Has anyone asked him to? That's the real question.
That's a real good question. Proto, what did you watch this week?
This week, I had a pretty good week. I got to say, I had a pretty good week. We had a family movie night and we watched Jurassic Park.
That's a big family movie night.
It doesn't get any better. I mean, it just doesn't get any better. My son, Theo, he loved it so much that he wanted to continue. So we also watched The Lost World, which I got to say, I have a soft spot for those movies. You know, Lost World, it's fine. There's some terrible acting. Well, not terrible acting. Like the character. Yeah, Vince Vaughn is terrible. Julianne Moore's character is so annoying. The thing that surprised me this time is like the Jeff Goldblum, Ian Malcolm character. They double down on it so hard and do it so much of him like being jokey Jeff Goldblum. But I gotta say, it's really charming, and I think it kind of works throughout the movie, even though they do so much of it. And I mean, it's still like, to me, like the stunts and stuff look good. Like it's just different than the first one. But it, it doesn't compare. So that was a 3-star watch.
Your comments on Julianne Moore, I feel like were my exact ones. I feel like I also judged Julianne Moore, the person, based on her character being so annoying from that movie for years.
Yes, for like a decade, I refused to watch movies that she was in because I was like, Julianne Moore is the worst.
Yeah.
And then I saw Still Alice, and she changed my life.
So wait, didn't you watch Steel Alice like last year? Was it like 20 some like years, 30 years?
Yeah. It's been a long road for me and Julianne.
What else?
I got to watch Orca for the first time. I had a great time watching that.
Oh my gosh.
But the big movie this week.
Okay.
I finally got around to Moneyball.
Oh, okay.
And man, this was a
That's
delight.
on Slim's top 4.
I've never seen Moneyball, but everyone I know has seen it.
His watch list top 4. Got to move it up. Yeah, this is such a great movie. I had a great time watching this. I wasn't really familiar with the story of like the Oakland A's. Of course, I've like heard about this, but I wasn't following baseball when it happened in like the season that they had. So getting this look at it was a lot of fun. It's just like a really entertaining movie, and surprisingly has like a nice emotional punch to it that I wasn't expecting. I was like, this movie doesn't even need this, but somehow it still pulls it off. So it's like a really like well-rounded movie that's, I think, just a lot of fun. And even though it's like a different kind of baseball, like this isn't Field of Dreams, dead players walking out of cornfields, or just the drama of a lot of baseball movies. Mm-hmm. This is more of like the behind the scenes, but it's still incredibly like romantic about baseball, and like made me just like want to watch a baseball game again.
Oh baby.
Even though it's so different. But there's like this amazing scene early on where the scouts for the Oakland A's are like in a round table having like a talk about what they're going to do in the off season, who they're going to hire, or who they're going to try to get on the team. And just the way they talk about players, it's like poetry. Listening to these guys, the way they describe athletes. So there's a lot to love about it.
I love Jonah Hill in it. I think it's fun to watch him in a serious role.
Yeah, he is really good. I mean, I think he's good in like everything that he does.
That's kind of true.
Where is he at these days? Well, he directed a movie, right?
Yeah, he directed a 90. Was it the 94
mid-90s?
movie or something? Yeah, mid-90s.
That was like 10 years ago.
I don't know.
You gotta check.
Check the Jonah Hill fan sites to see what their blog spots are writing about. What's he up to? I feel like the Moneyball poster is one of the most iconic of the last 20 years. This movie, what year did this come out? I don't know.
30
But like,
years.
I feel like I have seen this poster everywhere.
2011.
Everywhere.
The Moneyball poster.
Everywhere.
Yeah, I agree. It's really simple, but there is something iconic about it.
I thought maybe the big story was going to be you finally watching Team America World Police.
Oh yeah, that was the other. It's the one other movie I watched that I didn't mention. Yeah, I mean, it's. I'm hearing Reddit is telling me this is in the cultural footprint of our society.
Zeitgeist.
So yeah, I finally watched this. I mean, it's hilarious in some parts. Just Parker and Stone working their magic, their racist magic.
To say the least.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Was Jenna in the room when you were watching this movie? Was she in the house?
No one was in the house.
The doors were locked.
I picture Proto having like these old school keys, the silver
Skeleton
keys that he's
keys.
got to lock the doors to those rooms before he watches that movie. Oh boy. Every week we give out free year of Letterboxd. Patron gets rid of ads. You get backdrops, custom posters on your account, and your reviews, your lists, and a host of other features. Disclaimer, I'm a Letterboxd employee, but I do not speak for Letterboxd. Give out 2 this week. One was tagged Superman, hashtag 70mm pod in this Letterboxd review. It was for 4 stars for Superman. James Gunn, the prince of superhero movies. 3 question marks, Danny.
Prince.
The prince. There was one, let's see.
Who's the king?
Well, maybe this will win Danny back. New Tron trailer in theaters got my nips hard.
God.
That was from Cole.
I saw that today too.
Did your nipples do anything during the Tron in theater trailer watch?
No, yeah, they did. They did.
And then one more this one was like I don't usually give out a free year for movies that we don't cover. Like you can tag your reviews, whatever. But this one was tagged 70mm pod for Star Trek. And I think it might have been based.
What?
I mean, it was the same day you watched it or like the day after. I don't know when you just watched it, Danny. Because they liked your review.
Oh, who was it?
I've seen this film 1,000 times and I enjoy it every single time. It's a masterpiece, pure perfection. In J.J. Abrams, we trust. 4.5 stars from Alan G.
Alan. A 4.5-star masterpiece.
Yeah.
You love to see it.
You gotta want it.
You gotta want it.
There you have a free year of Letterboxd patron.
Congrats, Alan. I love that movie
Star
so
Trek
much.
movie episode when?
Honestly.
JJ
January.
Whoa, okay.
January. We can do it.
Does he do movies anymore?
He's got that Acorns movie coming out, or at least in progress, and the blurb on Letterboxd has my nipples.
What is it? Is it about aliens?
I don't want to. Let me just.
Is it about aliens? Is he
I'll
doing an
pull it up.
aliens
Give
movie
me
at
a
the same
second.
time as Steven?
Oh, maybe.
That'd be interesting. Can I get the synopsis?
Yeah, you can. If you give me like
Thank you,
5
Grace
seconds
dropped
to
a link.
click
A
through.
fantasy author discovers that the mythical world he thinks he has imagined is actually real, blending retro sci-fi, mystery, and fantasy. That sounds expensive.
See the
One
cast.
pal Jenna Ortega, directed by J.J. Abrams. Writer, J.J. Abrams.
Writer,
Is this
director.
his writing follow-up in the last thing he wrote?
Super bad. Super 8.
The Rise of Skywalker.
Oh, he's back.
So we are back on the horse.
Has he ever missed? That's the real question.
Real quick before we get into Gattaca. If anyone's still listening or is not pissed off, we haven't gotten to that movie yet. Just real quick on the Hulk Hogan front, not to bring him up again.
He's alive.
I watched The Secret Agent Club from 1996.
Oh, no.
For those that don't know, he tried to pivot into movies in the 90s. Like he had the charisma. He was like the biggest wrestler in the world, one of the biggest people in the world. So he's like, I could probably do movies. Spoilers, he cannot do movies. He has like a string of just terrible movies, direct to video. And I was also just like thinking about like these just terrible direct to video movies. It's like they made money, but like now people make bad movies and just like nobody watches it and they don't make money, right? Because like direct to video, there was like a rental system, like you could make money back on like VHS release. Yeah, he's just the worst. It's almost like True Lies. He plays like a undercover agent who poses as a toy salesman. He has a son. It's like he gets kidnapped and his son and his friends have to rescue him. But the main thing that was fascinating about this is I don't think this has ever had a Blu-ray release. So I found a copy on YouTube, but it's like a 4K AI upscale and it looks really good. Like whatever like app that this company on YouTube is called Bazooka Bunny. So they have like a bunch of stuff on their YouTube channel that's just like 4K upscales. It's really good. Some of the other stuff they tried to upscale is like old episodes of The Fall Guy with Lee Majors and like older, 80s TV. But it's just like fascinating. And I know that like the I Love Lucy 4K release came under fire because it was like obviously an AI upscale. So like characters in the background just look like freaks. Like the AI
Right.
just like screwed up their face. But I mean, how many companies are using apps like this to like upscale? It's got to be. I mean, I don't know. I have no idea, but like,
I don't think we want to know.
yeah, do people not want to know? Because this is like really well done. And I would assume that like I'm not talking about like Vinegar Syndromes, like they're not doing it, but some other distributors or whomever are probably using AI, folks. Probably.
I'm scrolling his letterbox. I don't even see the movie that you just said. Secret Agent?
You got to like sort by release date, I think.
He did 3 Thunder in Paradises.
I'm thinking about going through his filmography, to be honest. Thunder. I mean, I did Steven Seagal for the most part before I tapped out.
You're not going to do this.
I'm
not going to let you.
I don't know.
As a friend, I can't let you do this.
The other thing that I found interesting was Christopher Walken has this movie that I like called McBain that I watched a couple years ago, and they did a 4K AI upscale of that, and it's in like 4:3, and it's I'm probably gonna rewatch that too. I mean, look at that poster. The movie is trash. I don't recommend anyone watching it.
That's Christopher Walken?
That's Terry Bollea. That's Hulk Hogan right there. Believe it or not. Daniel in chat, Slim is in his punishment movie era. It's been a while since I had to,
punish yourself.
Feel pain. Maybe it's time.
Right before August.
Self-harm pre-August. Let's get into our movie. Anything else we want to talk about? I think that's it. Episode 274. This is our last movie for Blockbusted. This is Proto's pick from 1997. Where were you? Andrew Niccol. I think that's how you pronounce his last name. Gattaca. Proto, what's this movie all about?
In the not-so-distant future, technology has allowed for the genetic modification of humans before they are born. Children have perfect vision, straight teeth, and the removal of hereditary disease to create the best versions possible. Vincent, however, is a godchild, born the old-fashioned way with poor vision and a heart condition. Society has left invalids like him behind, forcing him into a life not based on merit but genetics. But Vincent won't let his limitations define him and will usurp every rule that exists to achieve his goal of reaching the stars. Gattaca.
Sorry, that caught me off guard for a second.
I had to Google to see how old Uma was in this movie. I think she was like 26 when this movie filmed.
I would have guessed younger, actually.
That's man, I haven't confirmed it, but that's just my brief searching. Danny, 1997, were you in theaters to see Gattaca?
No, definitely not. But I do have a story for this one. I saw Gattaca once in high school, maybe later in high school. No, maybe it was, I don't know. I was younger. One of my friends showed it to me, and I've only ever seen it the one time, but I probably think about this movie once a week ever since I saw it. Anytime I see a hair anywhere, I honest to God think of him cleaning his keyboards every time. And it drives me nuts because it's like I've seen this movie 100 times, but I've only seen it the one time. And it's something that has stuck with me ever since, how he was about cleaning everything and the hair being like, or the eyelash. It stresses me out. I think it's so crazy to think how something will stick with you like that, but this movie did it. I think about it almost anytime I see a hair. I thought about this week when I was doing the art thing at Disney. I was like doing a signing at my table, and there's like a hair on my tabletop, and I was like, "Oh my God, Gattaca! Oh my God, Ethan, come clean this." It's really insane to me.
We got to talk about your weekend in the Uncut post show. I'm writing that down. Danny, Disney, weekend. I mean, even the intro of this movie is like foul. Like I know they were props or whatever, but like the zoomed in nail clippings
Oh
and
my
the
God.
skin flakes. Very questionable decision to have that be the intro to the movie.
Did you guys see the post-credit scene for this movie?
No.
If you let it roll all the way to the end, at the very end, there's a clip of just like that beginning scene of the nail like falling down that plays like one more time all the way at the end. It's really weird.
That's gross. I think I confused this movie with some other 90s sci-fi movie. And
Can I guess?
I don't know what it is. So,
Equilibrium?
I was going to say Equilibrium.
no, I have seen Equilibrium. I don't know. Yeah, just never seen this movie. I don't know anything about it. I mean, I think I even like was shocked that Uma Thurman was in it when we first started talking about doing it. So yeah, I have no history whatsoever with this movie. When I posted the story that we were covering this, we got a lot of DMs from people like excited that we were covering Gattaca. They're like, hell yeah, Gattaca. Let's go, Gattaca. And then I think in the pre-show, or like this week, a lot of people saying they saw this in school. Like they watched this in biology class or something in high school. I don't even remember taking biology. I know I took chemistry and I failed. I had to go to summer school for
You went
chemistry.
to summer school?
Yeah, I had to go
for
to
chemistry.
Yeah, it was depressing.
But you,
I mean, it's like science and math. It's
the worst. I mean, can kids even get summer school now? I feel like James barely does his homework and he's just floating by. Somehow it passes.
Interesting.
Tests. I mean, yeah, he's just like me.
Like Father Lex.
I know. But yeah, anyway, I was so terrible. Yeah, I mean, going to summer school, I think I was like a freshman or sophomore, and you had to like go back to school during the summer to take the class over again.
It's cruel.
It is cruel. It should be illegal. Ruin someone's year like that. Life, maybe.
I mean, those summers are important when you're in high school.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if James will be awake by the time he gets to this portion of the episode, but he like this summer he's been playing on Xbox constantly.
Yeah.
And the other day he had like 3 girls come to the house.
Hello.
From school. They rang the doorbell and I was like, I didn't know who they were. I was like, can I help you? And I'm like, yeah, we're here to see James. And it was like 12:30 and I was like, I don't even know if he's awake, but I'll go find out. And I go up into his room and he's like, I told them I'm not coming out. I was like, James, like,
what?
Your friends are here to come see you. And he's like, my hair looks terrible. I am not going out there. I was like, all right. So I had to go back downtown. I was like, I hate to tell you, he's not coming out.
What?
I know.
He didn't come out?
No. Mm-mm. I had to like tell him. I was like, James, listen.
James.
I'm calling him right now. Uncle Prote needs to speak into his ear.
I was like, James, you got 3 girls coming to your house in the summer to hang out. Better get your ass out of
PM
bed,
at night?
boy. Yeah, anyway, he went right back into COD after that, I think.
You did not go to summer school for him not to go answer that door.
That's true.
I would have passed out into a coma when I was in high school and 3 girls came to my house to hang out. I need to be carted out of there in a gurney.
Sorry, James.
Anyway, that's what's going on in the Slim House this summer, 2025.
Right.
Wait, did I ask Proto your history with this movie already? I can't remember.
No, my history with this movie, I think I saw this at least twice before. This was a movie my dad showed to me probably when I was in high school, teenager years. So I know I saw it more than once. But it's funny that how you describe it, Danny, because I think about this movie too in that way.
Interesting.
And the thing that does it for me is whenever I see contacts or a checkpoint of some kind on the road, I always think of the scene of him pulling the contacts out of his eyes. For whatever reason, that image of him doing that, it just stayed with me. And whenever that happens, I think of that scene. And then I also often think of Jude Law climbing into an incinerator.
I mean, it's something. Okay, do you guys wear contacts ever?
Yeah, I wear them constantly.
Is it possible to do that?
I've never
What he did?
I've never tried to take a contact out with one fingertip like that. I don't know if it's possible. Maybe like in the 90s when
They were glass.
contacts were harder. I have no idea. But I mean, I had contacts in high school. And I don't remember ever trying to do that. So wait, you've never had contacts, Proto? You were and Danny?
No.
Never?
No, I refuse to touch my eyeballs.
Yeah, my vision's okay. I wear glasses when I'm looking at screens or reading.
Interesting. Yeah, James, speaking, bring James up again. I think he's going to need contacts or glasses specifically or contacts. So I'm trying to tell him, do the contacts for my son. Don't do the glasses. I feel like I also set myself back a few years getting glasses in high school. Listen, high school was really tough, folks.
It is
Real
a tough
tough.
year for some of us.
Yeah, Danny, I've said on the show, Danny was dunking me in a toilet in high school. He was dunking people like me in toilets.
Absolute
His
nerd.
varsity jacket. He's high-fiving Casey coming out of the bathroom. Like, I got that nerd, baby. Baby girl. He's drowning.
I just called him Slim. Hope that sticks.
My God, what an origin story. So, Proto, what's at the top of your list for this viewing? This is your pick.
Top of my list is the visual style of this movie. Man, I just love it so much. I think it's so good. I think they even won an Oscar for art direction for this. Yeah, like this 50s noir vibe in the future, the Art Deco design, the minimalism, the office, the way they dress, the way that you can tell that it feels in the future in the way that like I think like almost like 2001 kind of feels like in the future to me.
Yeah.
And they just make a lot of interesting choices, I think, that keeps it from being campy. Because I feel like a movie like this of like it's in the future, they're trying to kind of do like a, uncanny valley kind of feel to it. It's really easy to get it wrong and just like it kind of be dorky. Like you could do one tech piece wrong and it doesn't work. And to me, I don't think that any of it really does. I kind of like buy into it the whole time. And maybe that's just because I like the story, that I'm just willing to overlook things. But man, I just think it's great. And I even like the color tones that they use like throughout this. I just think there's this movie is so confident in the way that it wants to present the world that I can't help but love it.
A little bit style over substance, like the new Fantastic Four movie.
Oh, interesting comment.
Parallels.
From
Something
you.
to think about.
Wow.
Sarah Knowles' art direction did not win an Oscar. Never liked to debunk Proto
I
on this show. Live debunking.
Wow.
But
This
yeah.
is like when Trump found out there wasn't $3 billion spent on some buildings.
Very true.
I'm sorry. It was nominated, which I will count as a win.
It's good enough.
Yeah, so like I said, like I never watched anything about this movie, but yeah, this movie definitely has style. And it was from a first-time director, which I found even more shocking. Andrew Niccol, I guess he had done commercials before this. But there's like a certain kind of confidence to do like a smart sci-fi movie and then, use existing locations to make it seem kind of retro, but in the future. There's a featurette attached to, like, if you buy this digitally and you get like an extra section in Apple. So there's like a 20 or so minute making of, and Andrew Nichols is like not interviewed for some reason. Everyone else is like talking about him as if he's dead. I had to Google. I was like, is Andrew Nichols alive? Because they're all talking about him in the past tense and he wasn't there. But there's some cool things that they did with like the desks, about how they had to make it seem like this never ending room of desks as the security and the cops were walking through. Like they did this cool thing where they were able to just, have them walk through the room and then 5 minutes would go by and everyone just like move their desks the other direction. So they would just walk through again and make it look like it was like a totally different room and stuff.
My gosh.
So yeah, they definitely did some really cool and smart things with the design. And I also thought the cinematography lended itself a ton to this movie. Like the visual of like them on the beach, the brothers, you know, when the first time he saved them, like just some visual snap, just looking at the two brothers. It looks like, you know, an accomplished like historical drama sometimes.
Yeah.
Like some of the shots that the cinematographer, who I will confirm in mere moments before someone yells at me, Salomir Idziak.
What else have they done?
Harry Potter, The Order of the Phoenix.
Oh.
Three Colors Blue, Black Hawk Down, Decalogue, V. And those are the most popular ones. But yeah, I agree. I love the production design, the art direction. I mean, the art direction and the cinematography are the two strongest things, and they're like off the charts.
Yeah, and the styling of the cars. I like when you can get like a time period and they get the cars right, but then they had like still the futuristic sounds of these vehicles as they drove. The one time when it almost made me laugh because it was so jarring when the brother cop, they had already found out, they had already caught the bad guy. This is towards the end, and he like rushes and he goes to park it real fast. There's nothing less aggressive than an electric car stopping real quick. Like there's no like, it was like so anticlimactic him parking this electric vehicle. It was just really funny to me because it was like, it made no noise but this weird space vehicle noise, and it sounded like nothing. It was just silly.
Yeah, I was like trying to Google like what kind of sci-fi this is, because we talk about like lo-fi sci-fi on the show. This one almost felt like, I think someone called it cerebral sci-fi or prestige sci-fi, which I thought were really cool, or smart sci-fi. But I didn't have time to like see if there was an existing letterbox list like this, because that would be like a really fun journey. Maybe when I'm done my Hulk Hogan journey, I can move to prestige sci-fi.
It felt like a subgenre of lo-fi, just the noir lo-fi sci-fi.
Yeah. Because I think this cost maybe nearly $40 million, but it only had made, 15 or 20 million.
Yeah.
So it was a little bit of a bust, but it has become kind of like a cult movie over time.
It also is crazy because it doesn't feel like a lot to make a movie, but I guess 97, it's a lot.
Maybe in 97, that's a lot. Well, I'd read, because I was curious, how did this guy get this movie for his first movie? I guess he had written the script himself on like spec, meaning like it wasn't like for a deal. He just wrote it and was like shopping it around. And his deal was like, I'll give you this movie, but I have to direct it. And eventually this studio agreed to that. And then he was able to make it.
Wow.
It's pretty ballsy. I mean, he's also the writer of The Truman Show, apparently.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, that idea of like prestige cinema or sci-fi, the other movie that comes to mind that this reminded me of, and I feel like it brings me up a lot, but is the Wim Wenders Until the End of the World movie. It has it's like near future, all of these things of just like trying to imagine what it would be like in 10 or 15 years. But the cool thing is that they don't give you a year, so it's it always feels like it's in the future no matter when you watch it, which is cool. Which I kind of feel like this accomplishes that as well, where it's saying it's not in the not so distant future, where you could also apply that now as well as 25 years ago.
Yeah, a couple of people pointed out and let me know that like one of the main building is the Marin County Civic Center in San Francisco. Like when he's looking up and seeing the rockets take off, that's a existing building. And that was like another thing. I'm just like reusing like actual locations that are just well designed, that feel timeless. Like you can use those in your movies, and it works. Danny? And maybe while that's happening, I just want to point out, producer of the show, Dale, just left a review for Fantastic Four. 5 stars.
What?
Folks.
Wow.
Folks, continue.
Where were we? Sorry. When Proto muted, it got like super quiet. And I was like, am I talking to anybody? What made me baffle about this movie is how good it looks, how cool the story is, but how bad the script is. Like I couldn't get over how clunky so much of the conversations were between Ethan and Uma. And even the conversations with Jude Law, it was just everything felt so poorly written, and it's so annoying because the story is so rad. The whole idea of people creating the perfect children, or at least what they want in a child, and the idea like them having a godchild, or conceiving naturally, and knowing exactly like this Ethan's character has 30 years, he'll survive or whatever, has asthma. Like the things that we could remove from our children before they're born. I thought it was like, it's just real fascinating. But man, the conversations are so dull and boring that it just kind of drags. The whole movie feels like every conversation is just dragging. It just bums me out because of how rad the story is.
There's definitely something about the movie that I can't fully connect with, and I couldn't quite figure it out because like the visuals are so cool, the idea of the story is good, and I think maybe it's like I guess maybe it is the writing, I'm not sure, but like the Blair Underwood scene, when he's like talking to them about like the kid that their second child who eventually becomes, I think, Anton, right?
Yeah.
That scene just felt like off, and maybe that's on purpose. Like that, this is like, I don't know, like in the future, it's this is like my stilted version of the Geno future, and this is just part of that retro futuristic vibe that I'm going for. That like that's how these conversations are. I don't know. I still can't quite place like what my main disconnect is. Like I felt like it was a little bit too sterile, the overall movie. And maybe it's maybe it's the character of like Ethan. Maybe it's Ethan's character.
Yeah.
And like the steps that he goes to try to just like go to beyond, like in space. I don't know. Part of what do you think about the script and connecting?
Yeah, I completely disagree about the story and like the way it's written. I love it. To me,
really?
It's written like a noir in the way that I think like the classics are written. That it's the dialogue is presented in a way like what you're saying, like of how Uma Thurman speaks in this. I feel like if you watch a noir movie from the 50s, it is like it's imitating that. And I think that's what it's going for. So there's like this dry, sterile way of like talking to one another, but it's like an attempt to be almost like cool and like without emotion. I mean, the way Uma says Jerome.
Yeah.
Like she starts every sentence with his name. And I love that. I mean, honestly, I wrote so many of the lines down in this movie because I thought they were just bangers after bangers.
Interesting.
Like if you don't think it like maybe it feels stilted, I think I can agree with that. But to me, there's so many memorable lines and the way they spoke to each other.
Let's hear them.
And
can we get a couple?
Well, the first line that I wrote was "not one error in a million keystrokes." I thought that was pretty funny.
Oh, I love when they see the piano player and he says 12 fingers are one, it's how you play. Because she was like, isn't it amazing he plays with 12 fingers? I mean, that's a banger. When they're sitting down for dinner and Uma says, I'm luckier than most, not as lucky as some. Banger line. When you get your chance to leave, you find a reason to stay. I mean, I'll just keep going.
These do feel like noir lines now that you're saying it in that way.
So maybe it's the performances.
Maybe if it was in black and white, it would have worked better.
I mean, the line of the movie where like I ascended, they're swimming.
Oh, here we go.
And then he's Vincent, how are you doing this? He said, that's the difference between us. I never saved anything for the swim back. Oh my God. Oh my God. Banger.
Cut it.
That line changed me. God.
Okay.
Watch it again, Danny. I lent you my body. You lent me your dream. Like, come on here.
Oh my God. There is like, it's even in the story, there's like this evasiveness because when the one dude who I couldn't figure out if he was a cop or not, who ended up being his brother.
Yeah.
Like halfway through the movie, I was like, is this guy a cop? Did I miss a line? Like, what is he even doing here? Because he's like somewhat defending the company at times, but then is like hardcore in the investigation. So I watched it twice. And by the second time, I think he's like, someone makes a comment at like the head of security, head of like building security or something. And I was like, oh, okay. But even then he's like never named, you know, there's like this purposeful vagueness about this character because like, even like when I'm writing down like, oh, is that his brother? Because then he says like he has no living relatives. He's like purposefully kind of hiding this guy's identity almost. And then he calls out Vincent. But because like later in the movie, I was like, what happens if they interact? What if they interacted at any point in his like employment there? Because he would have potentially interacted with his brother, but there's so many things like that you kind of almost can't think about because they go out to have drinks, him and Jude Law, and I'm like, are you guys stupid? Like, what happens if anyone tries talking to you? Or like you're leaving DNA everywhere. Like, have you thought this through at all? But there's almost like no time spent to little things like that. It doesn't care. Like the story just like continues to move on. So I thought that was fascinating, and it does fit into the kind of like we're only going to give you what you need to worry about, and don't worry about anything else.
Yeah, I think if you linger on those things, it does feel a little like, wait a second. Especially the brother. You're like, wait a second, he's his brother? you know, and it's like, all right, this is really convenient. But I think it works for the story. And they kind of set it up where Vincent is saying like, they're going to recognize me. And that's when Jude Law says like, I don't even recognize you, you know? And so it's like, he's changed himself so much that even his own brother can't recognize him. But then it also goes the other way where like, Vincent can't recognize Jude Law or his brother either. Right.
There's one line that I wrote down. When's the last time anyone looked at a photograph? That's one of the most depressing things I've ever heard in a movie. Like, because when they're having that argument, he's like, when's the last time anyone looked at a photograph? And I was like, huh? Yeah, that was just so crazy. But even when he meets his brother at the end of the movie, there's almost like no discussion about them getting to this point. Because I have so many questions. I was like, how long have you been searching? Was it just happenstance that you found me? Because they're just like immediately at odds with each other, and then they immediately go to swim. That's like the conversation that they have after finally interacting after all this time. It's so wild that like that's how it unfolds.
Yeah, I think Anton does say like, we just assumed you were dead because he was only supposed to have 30 years to live, right? Yeah. So it's like, we thought you were dead. So, which I guess could also play for like, he's not looking for his brother, even if he sees somebody
right,
who might look like him.
Imagine just assuming your brother's dead.
30-year shelf life.
It's a different time
with that heart condition. How about their treadmills with like no screens? They're just looking at a wall. Absolute hell. God, hell on earth. I'd want to get off that planet too at all costs. Let's see, top of my list. Actually, we've covered so much already. I mean, just Uma. I love Uma Thurman.
How could you not say it?
I'd love to take Uma out for some milkshakes. Like, let's go walk by the beach, have a conversation. Let's be friends. Uma's ravishing. I was seeing people.
What would you ask Uma on the beach?
What would I ask her? That's none of your effing business, first of all. Wow. What I would talk to him about on the beach.
Wow.
But some of my friends, Thomas B says, baffled. You don't like Uma Thurman? You don't think Uma Thurman is a very attractive woman, Thomas? No. Can someone ban Thomas from live chat immediately after that opinion?
I'm on it.
Thank you. Grace says he's gay. Grace, you can find people attractive. I find certain men attractive, but I'm not gay.
Breaking news.
Don't try to put me in gender norms.
Oh God.
We can't think that way in 2025.
Okay.
But some of my friends in LA have seen The Whole Bloody Affair because I guess like Quentin is like allowing his print to be screened at the Vista Theater. And some people are saying like, you know, it's a monumental performance from Uma when you consider like both movies as like one. And I just still think she doesn't get enough credit for like what she has accomplished. And it's just so bonkers. So like she met Ethan Hawke on set, and I think this is where their love affair like, you know, started. I think this is where I didn't match up the dates, but Maya Hawke,
the God baby.
She looks so much like both of them. It's nuts. But yeah, I love Uma Thurman. Danny, do you feel the same about Uma in this? I mean, she's not in it a lot, to be fair, but
I mean, I have no complaints about Uma. I love her. I mean, Kill Bill is easily one of my favorite movies, and my daughter was watching it tonight in our house.
Yeah,
I could hear it.
I wrote down Uma is breaking my heart. I was falling in love with her watching this when they're out together at the table having drinks. She's saying Jerome over and over again. And then they make love in that like all glass
my God,
that
room on the
shot.
beach. Oh my God.
That shot is crazy too. Like the upside down angle. Man, they're cooking. They're cooking.
They cooked.
They cooked. They cooked. Proto next.
We gave them an Oscar tonight.
Proto handed them Oscar.
Yeah.
It's official.
The Proto Oscar.
Let's talk about Jude Law. You know, this was like his first movie coming over from, like he was in Britain. He acted over there, did theater, but this was like his first big break in Hollywood. Man, he's a natural in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
That scene of him chasing down the cop who like comes to his house and talks to him chewing him out. I just love Jude Law in this too. Like I love his performance. I think he's totally like he plays this role perfectly. Bitter guy too. Like the way he talks on the phone with that person. I'm bored. I'll call you back. He's incredibly sexy in that wheelchair. And then his moment of climbing up the stairs. I knew it was going to happen, but I was still anxious that whole scene all over again.
Yeah.
And he plays it off so well.
Yeah.
I'm loading up his filmography.
Okay. Talk to us.
He had like a run in, where was it?
He's still running.
It was 2004. I think he had his like Pedro Pascal moment in 2004. He had like 8 movies or something out in 2004.
What?
And I think people burned out on him.
Sky Captain.
That was one of them.
Hell yes.
Win. He was in I Heart Huckabees, Sky Captain, The World of Tomorrow, Alfie, Closer, Series of Unfortunate Events, The Aviator, and that was his 2004.
That's crazy.
Yeah. But I mean, he had the goods. He's very good in this movie.
He still does.
He's still a fantastic actor. AI.
Yeah.
We covered it, folks, at length. Skeleton Crew.
He still got it.
We're still, to this day, the only 3 people who have ever watched Skeleton Crew on Disney Plus.
No one else to talk to about it.
And it's one of the best things Disney Plus has ever done. One of the best things Disney has ever done.
Okay.
Whatever you want to call that company.
Folks. We'll give them an Oscar while we're at it, too.
Do we need to hand Skeleton Crew an Oscar?
Yeah.
What was that little kid's name? The best
Neil.
one? Neil?
I will die for Neil. I will throw myself in a homemade furnace for Neil.
Where is the Neil content? I've been craving.
Should I make a Neil poster?
Oh my God. Can Acme like ask you to create Neil art that we can like have at San Diego Comic-Con or something?
Oh, okay.
Oh boy.
Good question.
Jude Law, fantastic. Danny?
Jude Law, no notes. Speaking of Jude Law, Casey asked me this while we were watching it, and I don't remember. So maybe you guys can fill me in because it's on my notes to ask you. What did Jude Law get out of this relationship?
Money? Alcohol?
Was it money?
Maybe?
Alcohol.
I mean, yeah, he was like he was it seemed like an
I
alcoholic.
understand this, but like, so what? I don't understand the relationship. Like, what was his? What was? We know what Ethan's end game is to go to space, but what was Jude getting out of this relationship?
Yeah, Trader quotes the movie. He got to live, quote, at the standard of life he wanted to, which I would assume is like, yeah, that they paid for his apartment, Eric says, and then, you know, he had money to drink.
Right.
Honestly, I think that's it.
And is that what drove him to end his life?
I mean, maybe he just felt like he fulfilled everything. He helped him out getting off planet.
Yeah. And now that he wasn't going to be here anymore.
Well, for a year. Just a year. Chill out, Jude.
The pain is too much.
Yeah, the pain was too much. Right. He walked in front of that car on purpose. Was that what it was alluding to?
That's what he said.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That's what he said.
It ain't easy out there, folks.
It's not easy out there. Probably
the stress of
back in chemistry.
Sorry, I gotta say this too about the in-home furnace cremator. The stress of showering or cleaning yourself in that, knowing that you could kill yourself. He's
that was the same thing. That was the same,
right? Because he gets out of it and then incinerates all of his.
Yeah, that's where Ethan scrubs his body in the beginning.
That seems like a bad idea.
Sus,
right?
Yeah.
Also, how much are you scraping off yourself every morning that you're not going to leave something somewhere? That feels another that's like a gray area.
Alexa on. I mean off.
You hit the wrong button.
Yeah.
But like every morning he's scrubbing.
Also, how did Jude turn it on from the inside?
You can't ask this question.
You can't ask questions of prestige sci-fi. They don't get answered.
Yeah, I'm
they
sorry.
Do not get answered. I thought the score was really good. I thought the music was dynamite.
Yeah, I love the score.
The main hook of the movie, like the soundtrack, was fantastic. Michael Nyman, same composer as the piano.
Oh, okay.
Wow, we covered that ages ago, right? Yeah. Seen some other movies. Ravenous, Man on Wire.
Man on Wire.
Those are his most popular films. Yeah, great hook, very enjoyable. How about his doctor telling him he has a nice penis?
Right?
Multiple times.
I feel like you get your doctor license revoked almost immediately at that point.
Really? You wouldn't want to be complimented?
I mean, it's inappropriate. It's inappropriate. I don't need my doctor to tell me I have a nice unit when I'm peeing into a cup in front of him.
Could you imagine?
I would find a new in-network doctor immediately.
Did you just say what I thought you said?
Also, how do you pee in you just peeing in a cup like in the middle of the room?
He's also not peeing in it.
Yeah, well, actually, I had a question. Not to ask another question.
He's got a bag of urine strapped to his leg.
What's going on? How does that work?
Why does he have his penis
this is my
out?
theory, actually. He's got a prosthetic that he's whipping out, and that's where the fluid's coming from. It just happens to be a high-end prosthetic.
Oh, okay. So that is the explanation as to why he compliments his
why it looks so good.
unit.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes somewhat sense.
This isn't a godchild penis.
But then you find out that doctor was kind of in on it anyway, because his son is not what he hoped for. He hopes his son can reach, the metaphorical stars, even though he's not destined to. So at what point did that doctor know something was up?
That scene is so funny.
Maybe it is when he saw his penis.
He could tell, yeah.
He knew.
He knew all along.
I knew it was a prosthetic penis, Ethan. I knew. And because my son is screwed up, I want to help you get to the stars.
That's right.
Again, the license should have been
That's the
revoked
answer.
very soon into this movie. Proto, next on your list.
Oh.
I mean, we already established you can't ask questions of prestige sci-fi, but
what
Okay, here we go.
why do they need to constantly be testing everyone? And
I don't know. I don't know.
It's like you come into the building, you go out of the building, you get your pee sampled, you get your blood sampled.
Why?
Is there rampant fraud going on in this world all the time where
That's
people
true.
are trying
What is
to? it kind of is crazy. And then the idea that they have like this walk-up gene testing facility that Uma takes the hair to. She finds the hair in his comb and in his desk, and she immediately runs down to her local walk-up gene facility to test it to make sure. Like, oh no, he's good. You got it. It's Jerome. It's just so funny because it's just like I get it that it's like there's like a caste system now, right? You got your upper class perfect people and everyone else, but are we really changing everywhere so that you have to test all the time?
It felt nonsense. Everyone getting tested constantly. Who cares? Like, what are we testing for? You're doing like space travel, like mock-ups in this computer. Use an ID card or something. Like, if I had to give blood and pee 3 times a day at this office.
Also, he's doing his job well.
Right. He's doing it well.
Right.
He's doing a good job.
Well enough to be sent into space on the once in a 70-year mission, which also doesn't make sense. He says he counts like 6 ships that go up a day, but this one only goes up once every 70 years.
Those are different missions. Those are all different missions. There's different missions.
Celestial Travel is a great name for a book, though.
Oh, yeah.
I need that book to be like in the A24 shop for $300 for some reason. God, there's so much DNA testing. But even
speaking of the DNA testing, when he takes his final penis out to pee, but it's his real pee this time, and it comes back as the invalid. And it shows Ethan's picture as the invalid, and he pushes a button and it changes to Jude's. What button did he push to just fix it to
he pressed the Jude Law button.
How is that loaded up with his urine sample just to push a button and it's Jude Law?
The doctor, he clearly keeps pee samples of everyone there for a moment like this when he has to, maybe they were out drinking. Maybe they took some controlled substance they shouldn't have. He's like, hey, I got your back. So he just he dropped a little bit of Jerome in there.
That blood sample one too, where you like swap the vials.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I just couldn't believe it. I mean, he's so cocky. He's really cocky the whole movie. First of all, his first scene where he's like sucking up the crumbs from his laptop or his keyboard, he looks like an absolute vampire freak when he's talking to Gore Vidal. He's like, cleanliness is godliness. And he's like looking at Gore like, oh my God, why are you such a freak right now? This is your very first scene of the movie. Get some sun or something also. He's just so white. But yeah, like he's so cocky. There's going to be a test right before you go on the plane or the spaceship. What does he expect to happen? He's going to use his real pee right before he gets on a spaceship. I think
that was added.
What? A checkpoint?
I think a checkpoint was added. It wasn't always going to be there.
Yeah, but like he failed. He knew he was going to fail.
Well, he's lucky he walked to the correct doctor that day.
Well, he had no choice. He had to try.
Yeah.
But why not bring another pee sample with
I don't know why he didn't strap one on.
This is the whole thing you've been working towards. You're going to leave the pee sample at home, not assuming that they would test again before you get on it.
He made one mistake in all these years. It was one mistake.
One mistake, my ass.
Mistake?
How about the fact we haven't once talked about how dumb the B plot line of a murder is in this film?
And then it was Gore Vidal who did the murdering.
None of the murder mattered.
I thought it was going to be Uma. Like, I thought it was going to be Uma. Like, why would it be Gore Vidal?
Interesting.
Because he even says, he's like, there's not a murdering bone in my body. and then they just reveal, like, yep, you know what? It was the old guy. Look at him, this freak. He murdered him. And then that's it.
He's sitting there with a smirk on his face. Yeah, I did it.
I did it and I'd do it again. Oh, my God.
They show a scene where they're like cutting open the dead dude's brain and examining. And then Alan Arkin just magically comes back at the end of the film and finds one last stitch of evidence just from the morgue that everyone missed, apparently.
I did like the cops being called Hoovers, and they're all wearing the kind of like same outfit.
Yeah.
That was pretty fun.
Wait, why are they called Hoovers?
J. Edgar Hoover.
Oh.
And they vacuum things up.
I was,
The brand Hoover Vacuum Company. That's fine. Danny, final note.
Swimming, this seems dangerous.
Yeah.
Can we just run till you can't?
Would you
run
do
any
that at
further?
night? Would you race somebody in the ocean?
You won't catch me in the water at night. Any water in Florida? Are you kidding me?
What if this was like LA or some other, coast?
I'm sorry. I can't. No, there's no nighttime swimming. I can't do it.
It seems
That
idiotic.
stresses me out. That stresses me out in the pool. Nighttime swimming, let alone a body of water.
Yeah.
And then he's like, we're almost to the other side. Let's not turn around. The other side of the ocean? That's not a lake.
Is this the English Channel? Where are they?
What other side?
But then he says like, I didn't say, what's the line you said?
I didn't say for the return.
I didn't say for the
journey or
return.
whatever.
I mean, to be clear, he did because he had to carry his brother
carried it
back.
twice.
He found another gear. He gave it his all.
He found that
He should
gear.
have died. His heart should have given out saving his brother's life.
That's the whole moral of the story.
Yeah.
God. It's like poetry.
It's like you've been told your whole life that you're genetically perfect. But this guy's been told he's going to die by 30. So he's worked harder to not die by the age of 30.
Right.
Lazy ass.
I'd probably at honorable mentions at this
Oh, yeah.
point.
3 stars.
3 stars.
Good time.
3 stars.
Visually
Good
a
time.
great film. I love this
It
movie.
was a good time.
I had a great time watching it again. I'll think about this every week for the rest of my life.
As we heard Danny's thoughts, we have a VM. Let's get to a VM before we get to further in this discussion, before we wrap up here from Jim.
Hey, long time, first time. I went to university in Philadelphia for biomedical engineering.
Uh-oh.
And we
Hello.
watched Gattaca for like an ethics class.
Oh.
When I got to college, I was constantly meeting people who were like the tops of their schools, who took all these AP classes, who already had enough credits to be a sophomore or whatever. And I was meeting people from all over the planet who came to Philly for this school. And I went to some BS Catholic high school. Like my bio teacher was a nun. I don't even think she believed in DNA. I was constantly feeling outmatched, especially that first year. And it feels like silly to say that this movie was actually inspiring. I've maybe seen it 3 times total and not for a decade or more. But I remembered that scene from the ocean like it was yesterday.
Goodness.
Yeah, and I saw myself as the guy who didn't have the best upbringing, but really could outwork anyone.
Yeah.
And I love that idea of not leaving anything for the trip home. So my question is this movie Rudy for emo nerds? I'll take my answer off the air. And P.S. I'm so sad I'm going to miss the meetup. I've been to all of them so far, but I'll be down the shore. So go birds.
Mm-hmm.
My God.
God.
Okay.
Wildwood. Jim's going to be in Wildwood. Jim,
What's
you could come to the
Wildwood?
meetup. I recognize that voice. I was about to ask if that was Jim from the meetups.
You didn't know that was
I
Jim
knew.
from
I knew. I
didn't.
remember a voice. I have a
Jim.
memory thing for voices.
Rudy for emo nerds. I actually was going to write a review. It was going to be, this is in the mood for love for nerds.
I wrote down a review. I think it was Eric. I had flashbacks to my high school biology teacher pointing out the helix spiral staircase in their apartment. Yeah, there was a couple of those. And the shots of the brothers swimming from above, symbolizing sperm competing.
Oh.
All right. That's
Eric's
not real.
right? Eric in chat. Hello. Hello.
No.
Emma J says no.
There's also another one that I didn't realize. I knew this at one point and I had forgotten it. But another one of those bonus features on the digital copy is this little doc called "Do Not Alter," and it's about the history of like genetics and like mapping the genome and all those things they've done. And the letters for like the different enzymes that make up the DNA, it is G, A, T, and C, which is Gattaca.
oh
Spoilers.
So it's a sequence for the DNA. So it's like, oh, that's pretty clever name.
I thought that when he was doing the voiceover to start the movie, and then he's like, "Except I'm not Jerome Marrow." It sounds like a Twilight Zone intro. The way he was like explaining everything, like a hook, like right before the intro started.
Oh, that's probably my biggest gripe with this is that I think the narration in this is totally unnecessary.
There's a lot.
There is a lot at the first half of this movie, and as you're watching it, like what you're watching is explaining what he's saying, and
Right.
you don't need it at all. Like the movie just doesn't need it at all, and I think it would be a much better movie if it was just removed.
Yeah, it's bonkers how he saves his brother when they're younger, and then that's the onus for him to leave. Like he leaves town and then is essentially like a janitor everywhere on the like in the state, and then eventually he like makes the decision to.
It's like Goodwill Hunting, but for nerds.
Rest of my notes: celestial navigation, genoism. Was it called
You can't say
genoism? I wrote that down. Blood has no nationality. That was another quote. Degenerate.
Yeah.
Get out of my face. Someone was sniffing their own farts with that one.
What was this line? I don't remember what this was referencing. Closest thing to being in a womb.
I remember the line, but I don't.
Was that a
remember.
Jude Law line? I wrote down freak. Why are they out? Why are they out in public? So I think it was around they were like out partying, drinking. It's just so stupid. They're doing DNA tests constantly. How would you not? I would assume that you're getting random DNA tests while out in public.
I do love the fake fingerprint with the blood in it.
That's good.
What if it goes further into your finger? At like a millimeter further into your finger, it doesn't work.
That's true.
Those treadmills are nuts. He leaves an eyelash. That's what I'm talking about. You're leaving stuff everywhere.
Yeah.
His shit vision. That's what I wrote. Like when he takes
It's
his
really
contacts
bad
out.
vision.
Yeah, he was
Oh my God.
blind. He might as well have been blind.
Yeah. Also,
Oh.
Uma also just ran across the street like an idiot. Like, what
At
are we
least she
doing?
could see though. She could see what she was doing.
She could see.
How about them extending his legs?
Ugh. I can't. It's the
Tony
perfect.
Shalhoub extending his legs.
Oh, so they did reference, like we talked about fraud earlier. They did reference that he's like part of a new generation. Was it called borrowed ladders?
Mm.
So I guess maybe there is a potential for fraud at some of these places.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's to the extent at which they needed to test that often. Godchild I thought was a pretty cool thing.
Banger.
Never saved anything for the swim back. It sounded cooler when Jim referenced that in the voicemail than in the movie. No spacesuits. I thought that was a fascinating idea. They're just sitting
no
they're just
spacesuits.
sitting in regular suits in this spaceship. That was cool.
They talk about that in the behind the scenes a little bit of like that choice.
Mm-hmm.
And the director, it's gonna work. It's gonna work.
Trust me. Yeah, I enjoyed the production design, the visuals, the story, but there's just something missing in the movie and I can't quite place it. I don't know if it's a script or maybe it's the characters. I'm a 3.5 stars.
Okay.
I liked it. Didn't love it. Pro?
I think the place they skipped investing in is the launches. Man, they looked pretty bad. That was like George Lucas adding to like New Hope. Bad. It's just like a fuzzy, bright like flashlight
Right,
going up into the
yeah.
sky.
That saved them so much money just using that special effect.
When she goes to get a sequence, I wrote down getting someone's sequence is like looking up their LinkedIn. It's like just the tube of fax paper. She gets that and she's like unrolling this
Yeah.
thing. I love the scene of the sunrise with the solar panels.
Yeah, that was cool.
That was gorgeous.
What a date. What a first date. You know?
You never forget the first one like that.
Never forget your first sunrise solar panel.
I felt like a real location.
Oh,
Where was that?
That
it
had to have been.
Yeah.
They saved another $5 million just by filming there.
Yeah. All practical. Ethan scrubbing his naked body on the beach with a
Oh
clamshell.
my gosh.
His physique, him kneeling down like that.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Terminator-esque.
This is really, honestly, it's like the perfect movie before HOGUST.
It is.
I agree.
But
We were so
there's so
close.
many teases.
Mhm.
Yeah. So close.
Another great shot of when he's dragging his brother back and then like looking up at the stars where he's heading because he did it. He's top of the world right there. Top of the friggin' world. I never saved anything for this windbag.
Why is he Batman? Christian Bale Batman.
And behind the scenes, they also talked about a deleted scene where it was going to be at the end of the movie where it was going to list like a bunch of historical figures and what they suffered from, some disease or whatever. So they had like Abraham Lincoln, Emily Dickinson, Van Gogh, Einstein, JFK, Ray Charles.
What did JFK suffer besides a headshot?
Horniness.
Too horny.
Libido off the charts. Do you remember? I started laughing as you mentioned Lincoln. Do you remember our conversations about Abe Lincoln?
Us?
Yeah.
No.
We had Abe Lincoln conversations?
On the show, we talked about how like I think there's some writing that people like. Remember his thighs, his inner thighs? I'm not going to elaborate any further. People can Google it.
August right around the corner.
In that final scene, though, they put a line where it says, "Of course, the other birth that may have never taken place is your own." And
Wow.
everyone who was in the doc was like, "Oh yeah, we love that scene. We wanted to keep it in, but we had to cut it." And I think that would have been nice as well.
Yeah.
I think the first half of this movie it's like a 3 stars. I was like, all right, this is okay. Like I'm remembering, it's fun like revisiting this. But I really think like the second half of this, I just fell in love with it all over again. And there might be some nostalgia for it. But like I love the dialogue. I love the journey these characters go on. I think the performances are compelling. And even though there's like things in this prestige sci-fi setting that don't make sense, I don't have like, it doesn't bother me while I'm watching it. Like I have no problems with suspending my disbelief with it. So, I mean, to me, it's a banger. If I'm for 5 stars.
Hell yeah.
Oh
my
I
God.
love this movie.
Wow.
Okay.
I feel like connected to it in the way that like I watched it when I was young, and there's just something about it. It just, gosh,
All right.
I just love it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Wow. 5 bang.
Okay.
5 bang for Gattaca. We did it. Blockbusted.
We're done.
What a way to end the month. Great month. IMO. I mean, I was looking at the numbers from the Superman app.
Oh, yeah?
The numbers are real good
Good numbers.
for that Superman app. Actually, for Snow White, too, to be honest.
Well,
Better than that
It's in the
movie's
name.
numbers. Very successful month. Very fun month. And we are rolling into the next batch of fun with HOGUST. HOGUST. There are rumors that another podcast I'm aware of are also potentially doing a hog-related theme. I don't know. We'll let them make an announcement, potentially, subliminal collabing. But next week, we're kicking off HOGUST with 1985's To Live and Die in L.A. By William Friedkin, the Freedman. This one, if anyone has played GTA Vice City and has not seen To Live and Die in LA, you are going to eat, my friend.
oh,
You are going to eat while seeing this movie.
okay.
IMDb says a fearless Secret Service agent will stop at nothing to bring down the counterfeiter who killed his partner.
Oh.
This movie, it was like, I don't know, a couple years ago, it was kind of hard to track down. It was one of those, like it never had a kind of like really gorgeous physical release, and it wasn't readily available for streaming. That has since changed. It's on Tubi right now.
Oh, God.
You can get a 4K. I believe I bought that. Maybe it's still in wrapping somewhere in this room. My last review from 2020, imagine GTA Vice City, but as a movie.
Okay.
So I actually was hanging out with Tom, Hockey Tom, because he was asking what we're doing. And I told him what the theme was.
Oh, you let it slip.
I did let it slip. I let him know early. But I told him this was the movie, and then I brought up GTA Vice City. He said he's never played Vice City. And it was like a stunning moment for me that like he's younger to the point where he's never played Vice City. Because Vice City was like a formative game for me.
Really?
And I just like assume everyone has played it. But
I haven't touched it.
It's not true.
Some of us have morals.
Okay, here we go. As we go into HOGUST, his morals will be tested, I think.
Test his morals.
Proto, any closing thoughts?
Yeah, I'd like to recommend a movie this week. I don't know who started the green hue, the sepia tone movies that Gattaca has. Of course, I equate it with The Matrix.
Yeah.
Has that look. There's a bunch of others. But another movie that I thought of that this one reminds me of with like the colors and the neo-noir and the near future is a Wong Kar-wai movie we haven't covered, The Chungking Express,
Okay.
which is a banger picture. Hope to do it someday on the show and get Wong Kar-wai his
dues.
Yeah, his vindicate him on our podcast finally. But that's my reco this week. Chungking Express, check it out.
Wow.
Streaming on HBO Max and Criterion.
The HBO Max. We will see everybody next week for To Live and Die in LA. $70mm is a tape deck production featuring original artwork provided by Danny Haas. Spiritual guidance and V'ger, the robot who loves movies, provided by Pertalexis. Producer at large Dale_A. And music composed by Cinematric. Prints and other merch are available on 70mmpod.com. This episode was mixed, edited, and produced by me, Slim. Support our Patreon for access to our VHS Village Discord to talk movies with new friends, access to our exclusive episodes in the 70mm vault, discounts on merch, uncut episodes, and a physical membership card mailed to you. To check out other Tape Deck podcasts, find the link in the episode notes. And if you'd like to support our friends at Letterboxd and upgrade to Pro or Patron status, you can do so with a 20% off discount using the links on 70mmpod.com.
This is a Tape Deck podcast.